Hello Nigerians, the Let's Dialogue team is currently at the Federal Housing Authority to have a one-on-one interaction with Dr. Mathias Byuan, the Director for Housing, Account and Finance.
The country has been under intensive pressure, financial pressure. Before this present administration, you can agree with me in this country that Nigeria was in so much deficit. I'm a finance person and I will be able to tell you that the country was in trouble before the former president's exit. This new administration, under leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is trying to unlock the bottlenecks to businesses to drive in Nigeria. Before, you can't come in to invest in the country. The president have lifted a ban that investors should come into the country and invest. And a country without investors, there's no way you cannot have this kind of financial challenges. The whole world controlled by dollar. Now, if there's no importation or export, the country, you have this inflation problem. Nigeria will produce nothing. It's now that the president is calling companies to come in so that will start producing product that will export. That will reduce down the cost of and the hiking of dollar. So I will tell you, you can't control dollar. You can control dollar by the goods you have within your country. When you don't export, you expect this pressure. Fuel subsidy, as you can agree with me that it was a big fraud. And to change a fraud, you must pay a price. And that is the price we are paying. Few people in the country will turn around within Port Harcourt and come back and claim billions of dollars that they have imported fuel. All fake. Before now, are you not having crisis of fuel before this administration? You keep on having, even without subsidy, you keep on having. The only solution is to allow the local refineries to produce so that our consumption within the country, we can be able to manage it here, which the president have allowed NNPC to give people licenses to build modern refineries. President have directed NNPC should give Dangote fuel in naira, not in dollar, and other refineries on ground, private refineries, so that production of the fuel and gas can be boosted in the country. So it's not something that it will fix for one day. The country has been in trouble. I'm a finance person and I know the debt that was in this country. So many people who doesn't understand, and politicians who want to hike, those politicians who have loose in politics, who want to create problem. Protest it, of course. All Nigerians want protest. You can protest to tell the government that we want this. It's their right. But when the protest starts, fair politicians come in, start sponsoring people, start killing people, looting people, raping women. So the people you say you are protesting for, you are now punishing them. So is it protest? It's anarchy. Because if it's protest, you move peacefully. Yes, fuel is costly. Mr. President want you to do this. Even we in government that Mr. President appoint, it was the same thing. We have town hall meetings with people. We are explaining to them that you give the administration a little time. This thing will come down. Now those who have faith feel that they will cause anarchy. The government will not accept that. If you have a genuine protest, no problem. But hiding under the influence of protest to go around killing people, raping women is not acceptable, And nobody, no government will accept such. Because if you are protesting for me on my behalf, you should be able to also protect me. Not to go and kill my children or my brothers that you are protesting. It's not a protest. This is criminal element, which we should be deal with. As you can see, the federal government is working tirelessly to reduce costs of food in the country. When the fuel subsidy was removed by Mr. President have done a lot, which the state governor doesn't help us. If I tell you how much go to state governors, you'll be marvelous. State who was collecting 3 billion, they are collecting 15-20 billion per month. President have released a lot of fertilizer and food to give to people to question the effect. Why he woke up reducing prices of fuel. Most of the state converted this thing and they are selling them in the market. And we have to say it so that communities will know. If you listen to the speech of Mr. President, he mentioned that I have given governors a lot of money. Over 570 billion to share. Divide that money by 36 states, including FCT. Every state go home with not less than 16 billion. What did they do? Nobody knows that that money was collected. If not that Mr. President have mentioned it. So there are 3 tiers of government. People also have to hold governors accountable in their various states. Because this money is distributed to the state to take care of the locals. And when some governors will hijack the money, they will not even brief the state what have happened. It's very, 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 very unacceptable, and I charge communities to hold the governors accountable for the monies they are collecting on their behalf. Mr. President cannot go on the road and start sharing money. There's contrition. Yes, this is a revenue of federal government. You have to distribute it to state. States have to take care of their various states through these funds. So, this is the things you people must take it seriously. The campaigns that some of you that you are media, you have to help us to let people know what the federal government is doing. The housing project, it has never happened in Nigeria. This is the first time His Excellency President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, through his Federal Executive Council, approved 2 trillion naira to construct affordable houses in 36 states of the Federation, including the FCT, which we are Federal Housing Authority were on the process. My MD, Chief Ojo, myself and our team, we work 24 hours to make sure that from September we hit the ground running. Once this construction of houses start, you will see the economy will change. All these idle youth, people who don't have, we engage people. A lot of job will be there. People selling food, suppliers of sand, engineers, quantity surveyors, everybody will be engaged in every state. So in short while, you will see a revolution happening in Nigeria in the housing sector. I'm a director of finance and account here, and I can tell you with authority that we have the capacity and the funds to commence the project as soon as possible. We came in, there's no land, so we move around the state to get land before the construction. Now everything is in place. We will commence from September by the grace of God.
Follow us on all our social media handles, our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and watch out for every detail you need to see.